Top 4 most vulnerable zodiac signs. Vulnerability is weakness and strength at the same time. Sometimes other people may joke about it and say we're weak, but other times being open about it can bring us closer to a better solution. It depends on how our mind map was created through experience and the integration of the experience. It's a weakness if we believe that we're fragile and delicate, easy to be hurt, and for that, we don't show up as we are. It's a strength if we're able to show up as we are and ask for help if needed. It depends on how our emotional dependency shows. Let's see who these heroes of vulnerability are and how they act in everyday life. Number 1. Cancer. Cancer is ruled by water. Emotions are ruled by water. Water means strength and weakness at the same time, the same vulnerability. Cancers are fragile people who are easily hurt. Cancers run away from emotions. They don't like to be alone, just not to get in touch with them. They have a lot of insecurities and anxieties, and it's hard for them to keep it under control. But it's not always about that. They are open to showing their weaknesses if they're sure about other people's feelings, that they'll not make fun of their feelings or even ignore them. Either way, they depend on others' trust and support. You better talk to them in a gentle way, or Cancer can break down with no effort. Number 2. Scorpio. Water signs again, and water is all about emotions. Scorpio is also an emotional sign, even if they like to show up as a strong person. Scorpios are aware of their emotions, but they don't like to let them out too much because they're afraid of other people's judgment. Self-image is very important for them, and what other people think is very important. If you see Scorpio as intimidating people, please note that this is just an emotional wall created for their own protection. Scorpios get easily hurt, but they'll not say a word about it. They're often scared to stay in touch with their emotions. You never know what happens with a Scorpio for real. This gives them the reputation of being mysterious. They're empathetic people that open their hearts easily. This might make them also easily hurt. Number 3. Pisces. Another water sign who speaks to us very clearly about vulnerability is Pisces. They like to dive into deep waters, to be in touch with their own feelings, emotions, and instincts. They're so in touch with their instincts. This really helps them to get easily in contact with other people. They'll make you forget about your mask. This also can cause them to be oversensitive and sensible. This vulnerability helps others to get in touch with their own emotions, open up, and show their own vulnerability. It's a good place for Pisces to show how caring and nurturing they can be. Pisces can create the space to be vulnerable. But Pisces absorb the emotions of other people, and for this, they can easily overload. And number 4. Sagittarius. Sagittarius have their own trick not to show their vulnerability. They like to use humor and are too sarcastic just to be sure no one sees their weaknesses. Sagittarians don't like to be seen as weak people. Even if vulnerability does not mean weakness all the time, Sagittarians are honest people. That's the place where they show up as vulnerable. Even if there's something that can offend other people, Sagittarians believe that if something must be said, they're going to say it. This might hurt other people or make them angry. You might say about Sagittarians that everything they say or do is only for their own good and their speech is too straightforward. This attitude helps them to stay in touch with their own thoughts and not be blown in different ways by others. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe for all the updates.